Hey, what's up guys? It's Dom from Whole Printing Inc. In today's exciting video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to get bulk orders for your printing company. My name is Dom. I'm Whole Printing Inc. I've been in the printing industry for years. I've worked with many big corporations and I help you on your printing journey. Now you guys might be familiar with my channel. You guys know I worked with FedEx multiple times, other big corporations, and in today's video I'm going to keep it as humanly short as possible to explain to you how I did it and how you can go ahead and do it for yourself. Some of you might be in a position where you're trying to transition from individual clients that want 1 or 2 t-shirts to business clients that are ordering 12, 24, 50, maybe in some cases 100 pieces, and you're trying to transition from individuals, business owners, to eventually corporate. If you already have business owners, congratulations. Now if you want to go hit corporate clients, which are ordering minimum of 100, in some cases 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, and the list goes on and on. Corporate clients are very interesting yet very hard to acquire, so hopefully in today's quick video you'll have better knowledge in your tool belt moving forward. Now when I first started out, I was doing individual clients here and there, my friends, my family, some local support, and eventually as the word started getting out, I was able to get a few local companies. And going from individuals to local companies is already a big step because now you're entering in a new ball game, right? When you're doing stuff for individuals like your friends, your family, stuff of that nature, word of mouth starts to spread, and that's very good. You want to focus on that at the beginning because that's going to create some momentum. That's where you're going to make a lot of mistakes, you're going to learn, and you're going to grow. The last thing you want is to have a corporate client tomorrow morning and you lose thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, right? You want to make sure that when you hit your first corporate client, you're ready, you have money in the bank, you've learned from your mistakes. Not saying you won't make any more mistakes. I still make mistakes to this day. I am human, right? It's good to have those individuals at the beginning so you can learn and grow. After that, the local companies is going to create a nice system where you can learn from everything, learn from the experience, learn what you did good, learn what you can do better, and evolve from there. So like I said, when I started, friends, family, stuff of that nature, word of mouth started to spread and a few local companies gave me a shot. Most of these local companies are actually individuals that I served in the past that wanted stuff for their company now. Small companies, medium companies, stuff of that nature. But corporate clients are a bit different because let's say John refers you to a bunch of other companies, most likely it's going to be local companies, right? A corporation can't really take on a referral most of the time. What is going to happen with corporations is the following. So example for me, individuals, word of mouth, small local companies, been working with a few small local companies, making errors, learning as I go, and next thing you know, one of my friends, which communication, networking, and relationships are so important in business, it's actually the backbone and the structure of your business. A relationship I had with one of my friends, and I still thank him to this day, is that his brother worked at FedEx, one of the locations obviously. Can you make me a quote for this? You know, it started the discussion. They tested me out on a few things, and next thing you know, I beat the prices. I made sure that the quality was on point, the customer service, I offered free deliveries, stuff of that nature. Free samples, I met the executive assistant. All throughout the relationship I had with one of my best friends that transitioned into his brother and him talking one night for whatever reason and just saying, hey, make sure you mention Dom from Whole Printing the next time you guys need to order some t-shirts. It didn't start with t-shirts, it started with safety vests, and this story is a bit long. However, it was the relationship I built with one of my best friends that actually allowed me to work with one of the biggest corporations I've ever worked with to this day. You can't undermine the small relationships, the small orders. You know, maybe my friend ordered a hoodie once or twice, and you know, next thing you know, him and his brother are talking, they look at the hoodie, and it creates a conversation. I wouldn't have just asked my friend, hey, can you refer me to FedEx? You know, you can, and there's nothing wrong with that. He offered it to me, you know, and that's a true friend. You know, that changed my life pretty much. You focus on the relationships of your everyday life. You provide quality service to the individuals, to the local companies, and you never know who's going to talk to who. And another way, if you guys don't have the same opportunity that I had, you'd be surprised though, it can come out of nowhere. But if you don't have the same opportunity that I had with my friend, referring me to his brother that referred me to FedEx and started a discussion, right? And it was a long process, guys. I didn't just get in the door like that. It was pricing, it was submissions, it was filling out forms, it was a lot of security work, but eventually we got it. If you're not in that position, another thing you can do, and I made multiple videos on this, is how to get more clients, is creating free samples for local corporations. If you have local corporations in your area, example, Purelator, UPS, FedEx, paper mills, wood mills, roofing companies, like big corporations, Bentleys, even McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever the case may be, like a big corporation, the first thing you think about in corporations in your local area, most of the time, they already have their merchandise, you know, pretty much handled. However, in some cases, they do have some flexibility with corporate to be able to outsource and order from different suppliers. It doesn't have to be the same supplier that does all of their merchandise. In some cases, some McDonald's, some Taco Bells, whatever the case may be, those franchise owners might be in a position where they can say, hey, no, I want to source my clothing or my printing needs through this person. In some cases. The best thing you can do is create a free sample. The free sample needs to be of quality. It needs to match their brand. You need to study what they're wearing. Is it embroidered? Is it printed? If you know that they wear a red t-shirt for McDonald's with an embroidered M on the left chest, that's what you're gonna have to do for the sample so it stays on brand, especially for those bigger corporations, right? You can't go too funky. You can try, but I would suggest keeping it simple and keeping it on brand. If you want to go a step above it, if you're in your local McDonald's and you see that, you know, the employees are wearing a red t-shirt and you kind of see what type of fabric it is, not being too creepy, too close, but you kind of see, okay, this is polyester, this is cotton, whatever the case may be. Or you can even ask a worker, somebody you know that works there, to see the shirt, feel it, and get an idea of the quality of the shirt and the brand, ideally. From there, you have the worker t-shirt. Now you can maybe take a look at the manager. What's the manager wearing? Is he or she wearing a black shirt, a black button-up shirt with an embroidered M that's gray and not yellow, you know? And you kind of make a sample pack of all of these different items that are not just like a plain red t-shirt with a printed logo. It's embroidered. In this example, it doesn't have to be, but in this example it is. It's the red t-shirt, the same red t-shirt the employees are already wearing. It's embroidered, it's about the same size, it's the same color. For the managers, you include a sample, and for the owner of the franchise, you include a sample. Let's say he wears a white button-up shirt and it's an embroidered M in a red colorway. I'm just giving you a bunch of examples, right? But you need to be attentive. You need to stand out from the crowd. You can't just put a t-shirt inside of a bag and go see a corporation. You can, however, the success rate is gonna be much higher if you put a lot of attention to detail, you spend a few $100s on the sample, and the worst case is, guys, they might look at that sample box, say, wow, I'm really impressed. However, we cannot work with you just for the fact that corporate enforces us to work with this supplier, and they won't even name the supplier, but they just don't have the power to work with you. But what's interesting is that all of these people are individuals, right? They'll be talking at meetings. They'll maybe refer you to another corporation. You never know where these samples, these relationships, and the details that you put into these samples will provide. So these are my two main tips on how to get bulk orders. To make it as humanly simple as possible, if you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. Number one, it's to focus on building relationships. No matter how big or how small the relationship is, with an individual, with a friend, with a family member, with somebody you just met, building those relationships and at least them knowing what you do and liking your company, liking your values, liking your vibe, they are most likely to refer you their friends, their families, and their friends and families of your new relationships or existing relationships. They might work in big corporations. They might actually own a few big corporations or be in the circle of the decision makers of those corporations. They might work at Bell. They might work at Pizza Hut. You might not even know that your friend's cousin works there, but he does. And the reference and the introduction will come naturally if they like spending time with you, if they like the relationship with you. It's gonna be a pleasure for them to introduce you to their cousins, to their nephews, and next thing you know, you have a bunch of new opportunities that are forming. If you don't have that many relationships right now, I do suggest that you guys go build them. You never know how far a simple handshake can take you. If you don't have that opportunity right now, you can start working on it immediately. And another way you can get bulk orders is to create free samples for corporations. My main advice here, be consistent. Don't do only one corporation. Target a few corporations and don't cheap out in the products. Make sure the sample box is presentable, it has your branding on it, it's very clean. Everything in the sample box is properly folded. You have a few business cards. You have an introduction letter in case you can't actually go ahead and meet the owner of the franchise or the corporation or the manager or the assistant, right? If you have to leave it at the secretary office, make sure you have all of that information there. It's properly sealed and everything looks presentable, and you pay attention to detail. You don't just want to take a black t-shirt, put their logo on it, and call it a day. You're gonna have way more trouble securing a lead like that. I can make more videos like this if you guys are interested on different strategies on how to get bulk orders, but hopefully this video was somewhat insightful and helpful. If it was, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. This was Dom from Whole Printing Inc. Make a print you'll never forget.